Starting back at the beginning, just the transition itself was so smooth with you guys. And I know, like, for me personally, coming from a background where I didn't really have experience with outsourced customer service agencies. And so the idea of it, I was just like, oh, yeah, like, this is such an intriguing thing. I want to know more, but I honestly have no idea what it's going to be like. And TalentPop and the agents that we have, like our three girls, have just blown all expectations out of the water. It's been such a pleasant experience, truly. And so the three girls that we have, I mean, they fit so perfectly into our company culture. It's so great. And even just like with the holidays, having just recently passed, like, I don't know, they're just so grateful, and like they have such an amazing work ethic, and they make my life so much easier, obviously, in terms of the workload, but I know that they're genuinely happy to be there. And so it makes me happy on a person, like on a human level too.
That means so much to us. And like, what I love that you guys do so well is that like you guys kind of like bring them into your team and you make them feel a part of the Jolyn team. Like, as what we always say is like, whether you do or not, like they're going to be a part of our TalentPop squad. They're going to be joining us with everything. They're going to be hopping on our, like we have our town hall meeting today, the last Friday every single month. We have like an award ceremony. We have this month, Mr. and Mrs. TalentPop is being, and we have like a talent show contest, like a lot of stuff going on there and a bunch of huge announcements. But it's so cool seeing that you guys like are taking them in, making them feel a part of the team, and are really like building strong relationships there, because that's really where your team is going to continue to thrive. They really need to want to enjoy working with you guys. And like, first off, you guys are a really cool brand, so it kind of makes it a little easier than if we were in a really weird space. But nonetheless, like I've heard nothing about great things about you, the team, and just like how everything has been going together. So it's just a breath of fresh air to hear from you that everything's been going well as well.
Yeah, definitely. I have nothing but good things to say about our agents, our three agents, and Tanner too. The communication has just always been so clear, which is really important for me because that's what makes things smooth and run as best as they need to be. So yeah, and then just overall the agility of the three girls too, in terms of learning all of our processes, because we're all over the place with some of them sometimes. And so some days it's like, okay, we're gonna learn these new things, but it's getting so much better, and they've been so great with all of that.
That's fantastic news. When you guys get started, do you have them start off with like tier 1 tickets, like, hey, I want you to just handle like some of this basic stuff, and then eventually they got to kind of level up to more complex ticket types that were coming in? Or did you have them get started with like, hey, you're going to handle the good, the bad, the ugly, the product related questions, the shipping related questions, all of the above?
Yeah, I think when we first brought Belle on, so we started with Belle, and then about a month later, I think, is when we brought on May and Renmay. And initially we had outlined like a 3-tier kind of integration system with, okay, the first tier is going to be the most basic of inquiries. I just don't want to have anybody feel overwhelmed. And then tier 2 and tier 3 would be kind of getting a little bit more into the weeds of a little bit of more complex inquiries, and then also diving deeper into, we use NetSuite for like our order management and processing. And then we also recently switched 3PLs. So that was a big transition, and then also returns platforms. And so it was nice because the time that the girls were brought on was around the time that we were switching. So it was kind of like I'm just going to teach you once we're
going in this together. We're all about to learn something new and figure this out. But it's better to learn like it's better to learn like the new system rather than the legacy system and then the new system.
Right. Yeah. And so that's kind of where our headspace was with that. Yeah. In terms of like the transitioning, it was more so like a tier 1, and then tier 2 and 3 almost got mixed together. Initially, we weren't sure if we wanted to have like community management on social passed along, but we ended up just having our social media specialist handle more so like outward facing inquiries. And then now our representatives or our girls oversee practically all of the emails coming in. We don't have chat integrated yet, but they are handling like short shipped orders, back orders, any random like misship instances that come up. And we're really close with our new warehouse. We have like a designated point person.
That's awesome.
And that communication really helps things too.
Got it. And then Belle and the team, they're able to communicate directly with the 3PL as well, and just be able to create communication there so they can reach out and be like, hey, why isn't this order shipped? And kind of get like a status update back as well.
Right. Yeah. On Slack.
That's awesome. It's cool seeing that you got, like, one thing that's also really important that I think that you guys did really well is like, and I think a very big thing towards your success is like, I like the opportunity of creating no bottlenecks in the process. Like, rather than saying, hey, this is a 3PL issue, I need you, Sarah, to go handle this issue. Like, open that up, allow them to handle returns, allow them to handle exchanges. So there's not a massive task you every single day that you need to be touching, going over like the tier 2 requests. And I guess once they kind of earn your trust to like say, I can handle those scenarios, you being able to hand that off allows you to open up more of your time, allows you to empower them, and they feel like they really gathered your trust, and really allows them to, continue to do the great work that they desire to do day in, day out as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. I definitely have noticed that. I mean, the more and more comfortable they become in processes, and just the more work that I have on the other side of things too, it's been so nice in the last few months, because that really is so true. And then for anything, we've outlined a good process to where there are like a few random rogue inquiries that come through that require more of the back end. And they're so great with just reaching out to me whenever those things come through. But otherwise, they take care of and are responsible for everything, and they do great.
That is such fantastic news at this point right there. That's cool. So I guess like the last question I have for you here is just like, if you were in your shoes, or if another brand was in your shoes that you kind of walked into 6-7 months ago, we kind of first started working, maybe longer than that, maybe closer to like 9 months ago, we first started working together, like what would you tell them about, like, if they were on the fence of saying, hey, I don't know if this will, like, I've heard of outsourcing customer support, like I need help, but I don't know what to do. Like, what would you tell them?
Yeah. I would say the idea of it, don't let yourself get as intimidated by the idea of the unknown, and be open to integrating something new, because it can make your life so much easier and allow you to really focus on other parts of the business that are just as important, but in different ways. But outsourcing customer service has been so great because, number one, it gives you the opportunity to really clarify and outline everything that you want for your brand in terms of customer service. And then you just get to pass that along and either train them yourself on that, or pass that information along to your account manager. And then they funnel that down to your representatives. And you learn, of course, about your customer service in that department in your company, but also the girls are able to hands-on take responsibility for anything and everything that you task them with in the customer service department. And yeah, you just maintain and also build your skills in terms of like that communication style, which totally. I don't feel like a lot of people can.
Yeah. I think at this point right now, like, your role is significantly evolved with the customer service side of things over there too, where it's like before, when it came to it, I think you were assisting with a lot of answering of a lot of the tickets coming inbound. And now it's like, hey, you're helping define policy over here, define process. You're taking care of escalations, and you're just making sure the team that you have is just doing fantastic work day in, day out. And again, one thing that you do really well is just continue to empower the team and continue to feel like they're in control. And I think that allows them to thrive, making their life better and more enjoyable, your life easier and more enjoyable, and just creates a great like system. So just keep it up is the only thing I can say.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Cool. I mean, that's really what I wanted to just get a hold of. I just wanted to get a gauge of like how things were going, see if and make sure things were going well on your end. Tanner had nothing but fantastic things to say. So I'm glad that we were able to kind of hop on a phone call here. And if there's anything that you need, whether it's from me, Tanner, the girls, or anything along the lines, that like, don't ever hesitate to reach out. Like we're right down the street as well.
Yeah. I know, you guys are so close. Yeah, thank you so much. We so much appreciate it. It's been such a great opportunity, and being like a smaller company, I'm sure, as you guys know, and just from like interacting with us, you know how much we have going on at all times. And so to be able to like assist in other areas of the business and kind of have like such a large load taken off my plate, and just run smoothly for the rest of the company too, to have them see that, it's been so great. We're so grateful.
That's such fantastic news to hear. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see the future, Jolyn. I'm excited to see where you guys end up continuing to thrive, especially as we enter like the summer coming shortly. So that's going to be super killer to watch it unfold, because you guys have been growing so fast as well.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've had a lot of changes in the last year. I mean, in the last few years, but especially in the last year with our company. We used to have a rep program. So we had like girls across the US that were holding pop-ups, and they would just go to pools and basically like set up shop, like a pop-up shop.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I really appreciate you hopping on and just kind of telling me about your experience. We love hearing this great news. And like what we like to do is honestly just take this and share it with our internal team as well, just so they're in the loop of like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what our clients are experiencing. This is like the good that you guys are doing as well. And like in our award ceremony that we're going to do today, we'll probably drop videos just like this, just so our teams can get that level of shout out as well. And I know that Belle, like we have an agent of the month every single month, and all of our team leads every month, they recommend one person. I know Belle has won it before in the past, and I'm just excited to kind of see if we can continue to drive that forward and just hopefully continue to provide great work for your team. And if there's anything that myself can do, Tanner can do, your team can do, just don't ever hesitate to reach out. We'd love to be able to help you.
Great. Thank you so much.
No, take care. Enjoy your weekend. And again, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, but have a good one.